So for someone who doesn't meet any of the criteria, has no expertise, probably recent graduate, or even someone who fits that, say, FANG profile, has worked a couple of years, what would their next step be in the process?
Yeah, this is a tough question. And I'm gonna take it in a slightly different direction and just say that I've definitely reviewed some cases where I don't think the person will ever qualify for EB-1A. And it's just not something that's worth it for that person to pursue. EB-1A requires a certain recognition. It requires really putting yourself out there. And a lot of people who have really excellent technical records, but who have no desire to be in the spotlight or in a leadership position of any kind, or really do a variety of activities outside of their really honed specialty, EB-1A is not going to work. EB-1A requires that you do a lot of these things that are outside of that particular niche specialty. And so a lot of people who are in that situation are still going to have really great careers. They're going to make a lot of money. They're going to be really secure and settled. It's not like EB-1A is everything. They're going to have great lives. But in order to pursue the EB-1A, it would require disruption of all of that. And I can tell some people are just not comfortable doing that. And that's totally fine. It's legitimate. EB-1A is not for everyone. It's not like you have to profile build or you're missing out. For Indian nationals, it means you may be on H-1B forever, for your entire career. It means you may never get the green card. I hope the laws will change to allow for you to get the green card if that's you in this situation. I do think eventually the laws will change, so I don't have a hopeless perspective on that. I just don't think they're going to change anytime soon in the next few years. Maybe a 10-year timeline. We'll see about that. But don't get stuck in the EB-1A craze if it's not something that you are excited about doing and not something that you really want to pursue. Because it will require tons of work sometimes over a sustained year, 3-year, 5-year period, sometimes even longer than that. And yeah, it's not for everybody. And so for people who come to me and they don't meet any of the criteria and they don't really have a desire to do these kinds of things outside of their particular specialty, sometimes I'll just say, you're going to wait in the system. I'm happy to talk to you about EB-1A eventually if you want to, but it will be disruptive to your life and career.
So pursuing EB-1A will be disruptive to your life and career?
So, if you like to go to work, if you work 10 hours a day on a very specific specialty, you are not politically trying to move your way up within the company, and you want to go for EB-1A, it's going to require things like speaking, writing papers, getting awards, getting media attention, getting your higher-ups to write letters of support saying that you are a top leader in your technical area. Some people just don't want that. And that's totally fine. Totally fine.
Well, then if you're an Indian national, you really have no other alternative, right?
Right. The alternative is just being on H-1B for your entire career, which does come with an element of uncertainty, and that's why so many Indian nationals want the EB-1A, and it's why I encourage everyone to at least look at that option to see if it's viable for their career. And yeah, otherwise you're on H-1B forever unless the law changes.